What up, everybody? Just getting dialed in here real quick. storming outside like a motherfucker. Hopefully it doesn't mess with our internet. So far seem to be doing just fine, so yeah. Just had to rip a bowl real quick before we got started. Okay. All right. How's the audio? Music okay? I know it was kind of loud last time, so just want to make sure it's not too loud for you guys. But yeah, Bitcoin breaking out. Very, very, very nice, massive, bullish engulfing candle to, you know, exit the downsloping trend line. We good? Cool, cool, cool. Thanks, cowboy. Hey, what's up, fellas? So okay, we talked about this, right? We said we have this big downsloping trend line, right, that we've been dealing with, and we had these touch points, and we basically said, you know, if and when this breaks out, it's gonna send pretty significantly out of it, and then from there, you know, now that we've broken out, you basically have two things that can occur. One being a back test of the downsloping trend line, right? So you can come back down and back test this downsloping trend line. There's a square up there locally, and then you can rally again, right, to much higher prices. So that's kind of current scenario one. And then scenario two is just you continue to pump to the upside because you're so close to a local square up here at basically 34,263. So 34.3 basically. There's another square up that would hit you just overhead. You're almost to that one. So, you know, being that you're so close to this square up area here, you figure you're gonna rally up again. This could be some kind of divergence, and then you sell off back to this square up here, and then rally again. You know what I'm kind of saying there? Makes sense? Either way, all of that is just going to be, even if you do come and square that up, that's all it is, right? Just get that squared up, back tested downsloping trend line, and you're just going to continue to pump, all right? This is, you know, this is good stuff here, guys. So again, we've been in just this massive range forever, right? Let me zoom out here so we could see this whole thing. Okay, so we've just been in this massive range, and you've been inside of it for going on now 65 days, okay? So 3 months of accumulation at a critical support level, 30K, you know, being used as support, critical kind of psychological round number. And yeah, I mean, this is how it starts, right? This is the beginning of the breakout to the upside. Zooming out even further, you can see this larger downsloping trend line that touched the C up here, anchor point, touched the A here, and then, you know, that's the one that basically the low back tested that one last time and regarded it before breaking out back into the yellow wedge, back through the wedge, using the wedge as support, and now back up to this other trend line coming off of the bat in blue. And this bat from the A and the C trend line, that's the breakout you just got here, as we were zoomed in, you know, much further when we started the stream. So looking at this on even on a higher time frame like the daily, okay, looking at this on the daily, we basically can see, let me even get rid of the harmonic. I'll just bring this in. There. Okay, so if we're just looking at this on the daily, you can almost see our typical dragon-esque type of pattern developing here, right? And you got these like the legs right down here below where the stop is. Right here's first leg, slightly higher low for that second leg. You're building this you know, this trend line here, right, which is our first target there, the blue line. That's this neckline that, you know, you're going to be able to take a measured move from here, from the low to the neckline. You're going to clone it and you're going to bring it up here, and that's going to be another kind of semi-target area, okay? But really that just gets you into the golden zone, right? It's not that not that it's a target per se, it's just the next area of interest, right? You have to get through this golden zone. See, so there's your golden zone, and it overlaps with your measured move. So those two areas, you know, at that 50, this is just a critical kind of zone that you need to retrace back into. I mean, there's no way for you to get higher prices without getting through that golden retrace zone first, right? So one step at a time. All right, so let's zoom back in here. Zoom back in. Okay, so on the daily, oscillators looking decent. This is almost equal lows here. Oh, so close, right? And on the RSI trend line, look at this. You're also breaking out of this daily RSI downsloping trend line. We can dial this in a little bit more here. Let's say, I mean, we liked that because it got this bottom, right? It got this top, got this bottom. You did get both of these, so I think we like it right there. So now if this RSI was one big channel, right, we need to get back above this midpoint. Where are you? Right at it, right? There's that midpoint. So you had the breakout, the back test of the RSI, the go. Now you're above the midpoint. So getting into this 60% area is now you're in bullish territory here, okay? So that is the next order of business, okay? Get up here. However you got to do it, right? Just do it. And then, you know, this is where we have our rally, okay? Into the overbought territory, where then we look for divergence to sell off, okay? So yeah, so far so good on the daily, pretty significant there. Even looking out, I think on the 3-day, yeah, look at this 3-day. So there you still have our drawings there, but from the daily. So on the 3-day, this is how you look on the 3-day. I mean, pretty solid here, right? Breakout on the 3-day. MACD on the 3-day. Look at this. It looks like a massive, almost inverse head and shoulders type stuff. I mean, you could say use this, whatever you want to use as the low you'd use, okay? But you get what I'm getting at here, okay? Massive head and shoulders type of, you know, bring this in over here if you want. Okay. And then divergence, where you have the initial low, slightly lower low on price, much lower levels of negative momentum, almost non-existent, right? So 3-day looking really solid, and you could really see this, you know, these anchors on the 3-day really solid. Look at this. So let me just clean that up now that you know what you're looking at. So yeah, really nice. Okay, this is almost painting inverse head and shoulders on the 3-day. If you look at this, right? Okay. It would almost be more of a slanted kind of complex one, right? Yeah. Slanted, complex, inverse head and shoulders, dragon, developing. So kind of somewhere we're gonna have a where's it gonna be? It's probably even here, a little closer. So areas you have to get through, right? Either way, you see the picture we're trying to paint, okay? So parabolic price action can start to develop, okay? Makes sense, makes sense. Parabolic, go parabolic. I mean, hey, look, one step at a time again, right? We got to take this one step at a time, fibbing from high to low. We first get into this golden retrace area, 382 to 16 to the 618, all right? And then from there, you have that deep retrace area that we already have identified on the lower time frame. And then from there, you have this 1272, 1414 area, okay? And last but not least, 1618. All right, so this is how your fibs would look, and it just depends on how far you want to send it. Okay, how many bidders are going to come in versus sellers, and at what point do the sellers really, you know, give this a shot back to the downside? Currently, you would have your stop loss at this point below the wick low from June 21st. Okay, stop loss below the wick low from June 21st. I'm gonna get rid of the fib now, clean it up, and now you could kind of see how we would target these levels. Okay, so that right there is BTC on the 3-day. Posting it in the Discord for you so you have a static view. BTC 3-day. There you go. Okay. Yeah, but to me, what seems really critical and identifiable at this point is the square up that we can see. Looking back over here left, right here. This tweezer high top where you had price leave right here at 58,000. Basically somewhere at like 58, okay? So, whoops, deleted the wrong one. Whatever. Okay, so you can see that's right inside of our deep retrace area, okay? We'll make that, I don't know, green? How about green? Okay, so, yeah, that would be what I would say would be your decision-making target area, right? That's going to be a pretty deciding factor. What happens in this deep retrace zone between 55 and 59, basically, right? Something deciding is going to happen there, okay? So that's what we're on the lookout for, okay? See how it plays out. But again, like you could be looking at, you know, potential X, A, B. It's a little too low. C, D, 886. This could be more of a cipher, I guess. Okay, so let's see, cipher. That would put us here. That would put us 786. Yeah, 786 cipher. Okay, so cipher would be yellow like that. Okay, so that's gonna be your first major, I don't know, not major issue or anything, just yeah, I mean, you'll have a cipher to deal with at the 786, okay? And if you rally from this point all the way up here, you can see how you could potentially, you know, diverge bearishly here and sell off, right? Partial decline paint some kind of hidden bullish divergence, and then run to higher prices. Okay, so that's what a cipher could do to you. Don't worry about breaking below this parabolic trend line so much. It's more a matter of these just critical support resistance levels. Okay, so don't worry about the parabola. The parabola is just there more for just so you can get a visualization of what we're looking for with price, right? Over the next course of, you know, again, we don't do duration, but if you were to anchor this duration-y, duration is this one. It's like a month, right? Over the next month, we were looking to complete this cipher. Okay, well, that'd be nice. That means we can be bullish for like a month. Okay, so really good. Love to see it, right? Stop below the low. Okay, stop below the discernible low down here. 28.7. Okay, that's Bitcoin. All right, Russian Ethereum, 4 hour. Okay, Russian Ethereum. Okay, this one's been interesting, right? Why has this one been so interesting? It's because we've had these touch points. So ETH, you know, this is going to pretty much ideally send pretty hard here. Let's see. Let's picture this more. Boom. Boom, sell off. Rise above. And then, yeah, that's kind of what what we'd like to see on the Russian Ethereum. Okay, that's 3 months. Yeah, that's it's whatever, right? Like we don't do duration. This could happen in 1 4-hour candle, or it could be 9 months, right? We don't know. We don't care. We don't attempt to care. We don't attempt to try and analyze duration because it's moot point. It's not something that you can chart and predict. It just isn't. Not from my point of view, at least. Okay, I know other traders do things solely based on duration, right? Well, everyone has their own way, and if you make money doing it your way, well then, you know, good for you. I don't do duration, so we just plot it out there again, just kind of to do it. But like these harmonics, right? You can get a harmonic that, you know, does whatever, something like this, back tests a little bit, and then rallies up here, right? And this duration, you know, this could move. It could stay at the same price and just be, you know, it's still the same exact harmonic. You see how the harmonics rules didn't change at all because I'm going sideways? Duration does not affect harmonics. Okay, plain and simple. So because it doesn't affect us, we don't really factor it in, and also because we just don't think it's factorable. Okay, to be honest. All right, let's be honest. Big old dragon on, geez, it's hard to say where we would anchor this. Really seems like it wants to use the back test, right? Either way, this isn't that big of a deal. This low here, this higher low here, that's nice to see. Stop below that low. Okay, stop below like 1675. All right, and yeah, just targeting, you know, range midpoint, range deep retraces, right? A and C target of the harmonic is in this box, and we'll just see, you know, how far we could push this up. Again, we've had high hopes for this. We have high hopes up here. We really do want to see new all-time highs, but we're going to take that one step at a time. Everything's looking promising, but, you know, until it happens, you know, we still haven't even broken this down sloping trend line. Okay, so let's see if we can get a move on Russian Ethereum. On ETH to BTC, again, this is still looking nice. This has really been the same the whole way. The stops just still been below this, both of these X lows, right? Below this double bottom, stop is right there, okay? So again, you're just in one big range, right? One big range. We're approaching the range midpoint. So that's good to see. It also is, I mean, this is showing us, guys, like ETH is outperforming Bitcoin here, okay? So ETH is due, when you look back at this, this is due to pop, okay? It just because Bitcoin's popping, all right? If Bitcoin's popping and ETH is outperforming it, then why wouldn't it pop on the USDT chart, right? I mean, it's just highly probable outcome. All right, so ETH BTC, again, we may see a little back test here, whatever, if it happens, all right? But again, you need to get back to this range midpoint and use this as support. And then, you know, that's how you can get back to this range high, okay? And if we look at this purple harmonic, the A is the range midpoint, okay? So that makes sense. And the the C is kind of this top of it where you can see yourself kind of just chopping between them and then bouncing out, okay? Capiche? All right, here's another one, YFI USDT request, okay? Check this out. We have a pretty textbook dragon painting on YFI, okay? This one I will copy, put it into the Discord as well. But yeah. Oh, I just did. Okay. That one is not fucking around, all right? This is been a really interesting pattern, okay? Look, previous, what was once support, right? Critical horizontal line support resistance, looking back left, dragon-esque price structure, okay? Stop below everything, okay? Targeting, you have this nice neckline here, target above, looking to break, hook, and go above it into the golden zone. And check this out. If you look back here at this, support we're using, we also had this neckline, right? Where we had this low, higher low, neckline, broke above it, harmonic above it, back tested it as support perfectly, right? Look at this neckline, right? So I'm gonna extend it. I'll make it a distinct orange, okay? So the orange line, okay? Watch the orange line. Watch what happens to it. Okay? See that shit? It's one of the same, all right? So critical zone area. And again, look at this, how it was regarded, right? How it was regarded. Just very critical horizontal line support resistance areas that we have going on here, okay, guys? So again, let's take this up to the high. Strike 1, strike 2, strike 3, you break out, you back test it, what was once resistance as support, and you rally, okay? YFI. It's time again. Okay? So, look, guys, prices, look where you are on price. Like, you're just getting started. And if we zoom in on this, okay, zooming in, we have the low, right? The lower low, and then the slightly higher low, okay? This is your inverse head and shoulders price action. Neckline. Okay. So you got the break. Look for some kind of back test on this. It could have even been a little lower. Could be right here. Okay. So break, hook. Now you're working on that go. Maybe you get some kind of partial decline and then you rally. Okay. So it's pretty much ready. I mean, you don't, yes, can you backtest a little bit more and square up down here? Sure. Okay, sure. X, A, B, C, 886, 886, right? So test the bottom of this again and paint a slightly higher low. Sure, that's in the cards as well. But anything between here and here, just layer, okay? What do you mean by layer, Duck? Well, take your buy, okay, and just start to layer orders periodically through the zone, okay? They're not all gonna fill, okay? The ones that don't fill are just gonna act as money in the bank. They're gonna act as a stop before your actual stop, which is down here. And you could even bring this up if you want to be conservative, okay? So this is the zone that you're going to layer longs, okay? And then when you zoom out and you realize that the area you were in was pretty minuscule and all you did was layer into the range low, okay? You're gonna buy low and you're gonna sell high, okay? That's what you're attempting. Not rocket science, right? I know it's easier said than done, but you have the stop, you try it again. If you're stopped out, minimal loss, you try it again. I mean, you just rinse and repeat. You're gonna nail these, and when you nail these, okay, when you get these to run, all right, you can be talking about massive upside potential, okay? Minimal downside risk, massive upside potential, okay? This is the way we want to always create an edge in the market, okay? Minimal risk, massive upside potential. YFI. Russian Litecoin. Look at that. We've been watching this for a long time. Okay, so again, right below Pepe, touch point 1, touch point 2, touch point 3, touch point 4, touch point 5, 6, breakout happening, breakout imminent, okay? Full send about to occur at some point. And not only that, but that's just the range kind of, that's a range high, but it's also the range midpoint of what will be either the second range, however you want to do it, or this lower range, actually the high point of it becomes the new midpoint. Does that make sense? You see how that happened? Like if I delete the other one, you see that is the new midpoint. This becomes a new range high. So it's really like this, okay? It's really like this. Okay, makes sense. There's a square up here looking back left. Okay, so if this is gonna go right, we're looking to really go here. Okay, that being said, stop loss would be at this point remains below this X low here. Okay, basically $100. You don't want to lose $100 on Russian Litecoin. Okay, so if you were to enter right now on this breakout, stop would be at $100. Targets would be right in this blue zone, and then from the blue zone to the range high. Okay, okay, let me copy that. And okay, let me throw it in the Discord. Litecoin read only, paste, boom. Okay. Right, moving on. OMG. whoops, OMG. Last time we touched on this, we left this makeshift little line and we said you need to get back above that, break, hook, and go type stuff, and boom. It's because, look, what we were looking at was what was once support, right? What was once support became resistance that we needed to flip back into support again before we can rally, right? So that's what we were kind of looking for there. Now that we got it, we're targeting the A and the C high next, right? Next local area, right? Is it possible to get a double bottom here? Yes, okay, it is. It's possible that this is the breakout, not here, okay? So just always be mindful of that. Again, all you would do is you'd continue to just like, you'd just probably paint another Gartley or something in here, right? So it's not that it'd be the end of the world. It's your stop would still be your stop, and it could happen, right? So again, this is what we just talked about. All these assets, if you're not in them, you can just begin to layer them. Oops. Here we go. You could just start to layer them, right? We don't know if this harmonic will complete. It may be too strong already, okay? That's why you got to just start getting it now and then build a position in, okay? And then the stop is the stop, all right? And whatever that harmonic does, it does, all right? But this is how you end up in this position at this point, okay? You just have to layer in. You could take this to a lower time frame, and you know, we're dealing with 4 hour right here. I'm not getting too specific. I'm just telling you in general, you know, layer, right? Get back into this buy zone if you can, but you don't always get it, right? Sometimes you only get that initial shot, which was here. So sometimes it's going to be a higher low and you don't get all these orders to fill. So what? Paint the higher low, you know, lower low, higher low, neckline will paint. You have that structure that we're always looking for. You break out of it and you go, okay? So you're kind of this was like some good confirmation here that this trend wants to get bullish, right? You've started to now paint higher lows, right? Or at least a higher high on lower time frames, right? If you look in on this, okay? It was painting higher lows too. So okay, so now you just don't want to lose this low. I think you're safe as long as you don't lose the $3 low, okay? I think the $3 low would be bad. So yeah, OMG, a lot of paint on there, but you get the gist. All right, Linky Poo ended up painting a textbook butterfly into the range low. Okay, we had this range. I'm not sure why I had that there. Oh, that was a square up I was looking at. Watch. If you come back here. See this square up area? Right there. Okay. This square up here, back from January 13th. Okay. Price rallied all the way up. Okay. You rallied up, 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 up. Painted this big harmonic. Okay. Big crab butterfly type harmonic. You hit the 1618. You distributed right there. You then nuked, almost squared that up, rallied back up, partial rise in price, sold back off, and then right here painted this butterfly and squared up right at the 1272 of the butterfly. That's where this is coming from. Okay, so that right now is kind of the area you don't want to see lost. All right, so if you were going to get a stop at this point, it'd be like this, 13. Okay, stop below 13. Do not want to lose 13. Aside from that, you're now painting a massive type dragoness type structure where here's going to be your initial neckline, initial kind of area of interest. Okay, So we must, even if we partial decline, at some point we must get above this. And it's going to trap you between the A and the C, right? That's like right where you'll end up finding price in there. Okay. Then from there, you're going to find this next area of interest. Okay. There's a square up there. It's also this previous kind of B high, definitely area here regarded as support, resistance, resistance, and again, it'll come into play. Also, if we fib from the high to low, okay, that line is right on the 1618, okay? So your golden zone is going to be here, okay? Watch when I erase that. That line's still there. You see that? Back. You see the 1618? That line, 1618. I mean, 618, the line, 618, the line, okay? Area of interest, critical. That is at $31.28, basically $31, right? Front run it, make sure you get filled, okay? Linky Poo, Grandma's still in. Grandma did not sell this deviation, okay? Grandma held the 1272, she's still in. Created this inverse head and shoulders here, maybe. Yeah. Grandma has hands of steel. So let's see how Magic is filling. Magic Mike, Magic City, Magic 8 Ball. Full send. We got a full send. There you go. It's a full send, full moon. Put it back. Okay, bye Magic 8 Ball. All right. Link. Moving on, AVAX. Nobody believed. Nobody believed. Bullish. Bat. 886. Long entry area. Stop below the X. Okay. Stop can now be below these lows if you want, right there. Okay. We've had this makeshift trend line. Break, back test exactly on it, and engulf. Come on, bro. We drew that makeshift last night, right? Or night before, whenever it was. Probably 2 days ago. Look at this. What was once support is now support again, okay? A little sideways accumulation choppiness here would be perfectly fine. I don't care. Break out, back test, and go. Okay. This breakout here is going to be critical because, like on Litecoin and Ethereum and everything, we've just been, you know, observing this downsloping trend lines for ages, 2 months, 3 months, right? So finally the breakout is imminent. If so, right, we then could target the blue lines, which are the A and C high of the larger butterfly, and then ultimately a deep retrace into the previous highs, right? Previous square up, right? Hey, look, there's a moon up there. Kind of like in the, put it up into the weather. Whoops. There you go. There she be, boys. AVAX USDT. So eventually, let's see, you fib this thing from high to low. Golden retrace. 382, 618. Let me back that out real quick. Deep retrace is now here. Boom. And moon is above it. There you go. Yeah. Next, FTT. This one's been much, much stronger than a lot of the others because it's been above this range midpoint. And now look, the previous 4-hour candle has back tested it and engulfed right off of it, right? Nice, very nice. So this stop can now be brought up to 23 for now. Okay. Stop at the range low. And 1272 is top of the range high. 1272. Butterfly. Range high. That looks good. Yeah. See you at $34 and more, because that's the range high, right? We've been in this sideways range forever. When you do this, it's time for the range high to become the range midpoint. Okay? You see that? How now the midpoint becomes the high. Previous high is now midpoint, which means we're now targeting the new high up here. Okay? Something like that. Okay? So that's basically $50. $53, all right, on FTT. So yeah, basically, I mean, at this point, you're just buying dips, selling bear divs on low time frames, buying, not selling like the whole position, but taking profit on partial amounts of positions and compounding it on dips, right? You're basically getting a green light on a bull trend. So if you have a trend is your friend, try and capitalize on that. And if that's too much work for you and you just don't have the time, you just ride it out to the range highs, right? But what you don't do is you don't over leverage, right? And you just be mindful of these lows, right? We don't want to see this come all the way back down here and do this, right? This is the stop, okay? So again, it's about this follow through price action though, okay? See how this deviates but immediately is bought back up, okay? So this is not what that looks like, all right? This is a V-shaped recovery. This is a distribution below the low and then selling off, right? Completely different structure than this, okay? You got to understand how to identify that. It'll help you to not get stopped out on scammies. But either way, it's tough, I know. XLM, buy zone was down there, rallied right off it, right into target one. Boom. XLM, target one has been hit, okay? So you guys can see how that was our previous C anchor point of the harmonic, and you can see how price hit it, reacted immediately to it once it got there, right? Okay. Throw this in the Discord for you guys. moving along. AAVE. AVE. Okay, so we had the initial buy zone. We rallied up. Initially tried to hold the neckline. The range midpoint, but BTC sold off, so you had another dip, another low. Ended up just painting another bullish butterfly, bullish Gartley, bullish bat, like a Batley, right? You end up painting a Batley, and now you rally again. You're back above, this critical range midpoint, right? Where you broke backtest hook, and now you're trying to go. And ideally, you're going to find yourself right up here in this price action between the A and C highs, and then eventually up between these A and C highs, okay? So yeah, AVE looking very nice. Stop loss at this point can be here. All right, 200 on AVE. These will turn green because they're not stops. All right, AAVE looking very nice. So ideally, again, look, if we break out of this, what was the midpoint, right? Or what was the high will become the midpoint. It's probably more actually this high, right? This harmonic high. And this becomes your new range, top of the range, right? Top of the range. So makes sense. Look, that's right where that is. New midpoint, bigger, larger range, bigger structure. Okay. So it just develops that way. All right. Okay. So yeah, AVE looking good. Targeting 350, 400, right? Next, you're sitting at 280. Initially, we got into this at the 200s. So here's the Doge update on Dog. Buy zone was down here. Okay. If you got some in the buy zone, it's now rallied above and out of that area. So Dog looking for the highs, right? If I was some kind of range, right? So it looks like you came to this range midpoint. So let's get back above that, and then we can rally these highs, okay? So critical that Dodge gets above 21 cents, 21.80, right? Currently sitting at 19, just chop in there. You might get one more little harmonic in here. X, A, B, C, D type structure, okay? Into the buy zone again. It's possible, all right? All that would simply do is extend this over, right? And it would just extend this over. Nothing would have changed, right? It would just be saying you have more data to work with. Okay? That's all. That is all. Nice little break. Not yet. Actually, not yet. Maybe. It's possible. Potential breakout. Okay? So this would make sense, right? Back test it and then go. Right? It all kind of adds up. Right? Whoops. Sorry. Too much art. All right. Buy zone. Dog. Yeah. Let's take a look back at BTC. This is a much higher time frame. We'll get it off the hourly. There we go. All right. Yeah, you're just kind of hanging out there, guys. See if we get a little back test. Again, this would be ideal, right? You back test right into that trend line. Square it up. And then send it. Paint some kind of hidden bullish divergence right here, okay? There's another entry. Send it. All right. Okay. Duck's got to go get some dinner. Time to blaze. Yeah, I don't know. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Again, I mean, look what it says right here. If you're above 30, we're going to 50 and maybe beyond. Below 30, you go to 20, okay? So that has not changed. Real quick for shits and giggles. Jeez. This is AXS, right? Hit the first stop. So then we would have went back in like this at this point. Deviation. Fucking deviations. God. But very, very respectful channel, right? Deviate out of it. So ideally this is fake out, right? Fake out. And you come all the way back through it and you nuke out of it, right? Pretty sure that's how this story goes, okay? Nothing really on the oscillator supporting. Again, shit time frame, so nothing to take too serious here. This is just more of messing around, scalping. I saw everybody seemed to be interested in it because it was freaking up like 80% yesterday. It's down 7% today, but and you know, back into that channel, right? So where we said potential deviation, it could be fall right back in there, right? Get below that and just sell off, okay? So I don't know, it's just another shit coin, another day, right? But yeah, buy the dip consensus here, okay? Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Catch you guys back in the Discord. Duck out. Peace.